Keepers on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones, and I want each of you to ask yourself this question. Do you really know what's in your tap water? In a recent study conducted by a major environmental auditor, they found that over 260 chemicals and pollutants are present in municipal drinking water. Many of these chemicals are directly linked to cancer, reproductive, immune, and developmental system diseases. Now, what are you going to do about it? The Ecola Blue atmospheric water generator is a low-cost way to take back control of you and your family's drinking water. The Ecola Blue 28 produces up to 7 gallons of water from the humidity in the atmosphere and uses state-of-the-art carbon filtration, reverse osmosis, and ultraviolet light sterilization techniques. That's right, clean water right from the air you breathe. Order today by calling 1-800-691-6043. That's 1-800-691-6043. Or visit Ecola Blue on the web at www.ecoloblu.com today. That's ecolablue.com. The illusion created by the power elite is a lie that covers even the food they want you to eat. Will you continue to be their profit center, buying their processed food that makes you sick? Go to the doctor and buy their drugs? You don't have to cooperate. There is a solution. Inner Health Botanicals, a company that my wife and I just love, have been providing products for the last 5 years that give you the perfect solution to this madness. Try their Inner Food with 20 organic ingredients full of dense nutrition that gives you the energy you need and will keep you well. It even won the award for Best Superfood of 2009 from our friend Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. I love their NutriCafe, great organic coffee infused with herbal extracts to boost your immune system. Try all of their truly honest products that will keep you alive and healthy. Go to ENERFOOD.com or give them a call right now, 866-762-9238. Click on their banner at Infowars.com to see all the available discounts. Are you fed up with all the side effects of chemicals in your shampoos and detergents? Even fragrances can signal some 4,000 separate ingredients, most of which are synthetic. Hi folks, Alex Jones here. Why not go back to basics and be safe with Calvin Pure Soaps? They're all natural and you'll save some 85% the money you're spending for your cleaning products now. Marty Schachter founded Calvin Soap Company in 1947 and provided products for health institutions. Now, Calvin soaps are available to you and me. Triple concentrated for all your cleaning needs, from bathing and laundry to dishes, hair, and more. No harsh chemicals, no animal testing. I use them and love them, knowing they're all natural and safe, and I save big time. Call Calvin Pure Soap at 1-800-340-7091. That's 1-800-340-7091. Or log on to 5starsoap.com now for a free catalog. Again, that number, 1-800-340-7091 or 5starsoap.com for all your cleaning needs.
We're going back to Ambassador Alan Keyes here in just a moment. The website is loyaltoliberty.blogspot.com. We've got that up on the screen right now. If everybody will give it to you again before he leaves us. He's with us right to the end of the show. Another 25 minutes or so. Very honored to have him. I want to thank the sponsor of this hour of the show, Ecola Blue. And it is an atmospheric water generator. It grabs 7.5 gallons out of the air a day and then sends it through reverse osmosis, a carbon filter, a bunch of other stuff. It's just a great unit. EcolaBlue.com, E-C-O-L-O Blue. Again, that's E-C-O-L-O Blue.com. Or give them a call at 800-691-6043. I have this in the office. I have this in my home. Just an amazing system. And doesn't come out of the tap. Doesn't, there's no fluoride, nothing in it. And then it goes through 7 filters. EcolaBlue.com or 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043. And I remember years ago listening to Mr. Key's radio show, so informative. Didn't do that anymore, but he's all over talk radio and TV, and we always enjoy having him. And he got arrested. You could be there pro-abortion. You just couldn't be against it. We're going to talk about that coming up in a few minutes. But sir, continue with the free speech issue. How can you put up signs with Bush as the Joker, Bush as a vampire, and I wasn't a fan of Bush tripling the size of government. Now, Obama's tripled it in 7-8 months, though, so he obviously even worse. I didn't know that was possible. How do these people, in fact, take the Village Voice. They put out Bush as the vampire, killing the Statue of Liberty, drinking its blood. The very artists came out and said, no, it's okay to show Bush bad, but because Obama is partially African, you are not allowed to. I mean, it's just they've got so much bravado. They're just so incredibly arrogant and just so over the top. They have no shame. Can you comment on what makes them tick and the attacks on your free speech?
Well, first of all, I think it's purely ideological. These people come from a point of view which basically says whatever we say goes. If we do it, then it's acceptable. If our opponents do it, then it's unacceptable. And you make them suffer for what they do in whatever way you can, because there is no such thing as a standard of truth. That's the most important thing to keep in mind when listening to their words and everything. The ordinary notion that you are trying to speak the truth and make sense, and that you have respect for some standard of reasonableness and common sense and logic and factuality, none of it applies to them, as it did not apply to the people who edited Pravda in the old Soviet Union, as it never did not apply to the Goebbels propagandists under the Nazis. These people aren't about speaking the truth. They are simply about imposing their will by manipulating people's minds, by cutting off others so that they won't have access, won't be able to make arguments, and only allowing their voice and their understanding and their interpretation to be heard. And they are moving forward to implement that understanding, which, of course, is contrary to everything that Americans have professed to believe over the course of pretty much our entire history, since that notion of free and open and sometimes even raucous discussion and debate has been a hallmark of what our society is all about. But now
Ambassador,
that's being thrown away.
Ambassador, specifically, you've grown up, lived in Illinois. You know him as a state senator, as a U.S. senator. You're aware of his activities. So can you give us a snapshot of him? Because, I mean, specifically, here's the question, though. Even if you agree with his policies or disagree, I've never seen one this flagrantly or slickly lie. He makes Clinton look like a poor liar. He's a great actor. He should be in Hollywood, because he gets up and says, I will have no lobbyist anywhere. They will not write the laws. He hires more than anybody ever has. He says, I'll have total transparency. He keeps all of Cheney's secrecy and more, and then even makes it secret who comes to the White House where you even worked, taking it to a new level. So can you comment on knowing who he really is and how he seems to enjoy lying, and one of the few people I've seen who can lie and it looks like he's telling the truth?
Well, first of all, I don't want to pretend. One, I did not grow up in Illinois. You know I ran there, but I ran there on invitation.
Okay, well, I misunderstood that. But you're in Illinois, so how do you know him? How do you know him?
I learned about Barack Obama as I was engaging in the preparations and carrying out of that campaign effort. It is not a personal thing, and I never pretend that I have some, special personal slant on Barack Obama. I don't know about that. What I do know, I know from facts, from the positions he's taken, and from the facts that one can garner and that are now being shared more on the Internet and elsewhere, but that were hidden from the American people because the media claque of the Obama faction, the people who are kind of stupefied by their zealous support of Obama, did not share these facts with the American people. And so they were promoting a false understanding. So in a sense, I came at Barack Obama from an objective point of view, not from a point of view of any kind of special knowledge or animus of any kind. Like a lot of Americans, I didn't even know him from Adam.
All right, let me just stop you. I just figured since you were
just an obscure little state senator that nobody had ever heard of until he started being pushed. And what's interesting is when you get to know more about his background, there were forces that were obviously helping to move him along. There are questions about who funded his education and all of these kinds of things. It looked like somebody had it in mind to prepare him for us, even though they weren't preparing us for him.
Okay, well, I apologize for my ignorance. I figured since you were running in Illinois and since you knew, I remember seeing you a year and a half, 2 years ago, speeches on YouTube, hearing you on the radio. You were so accurate about him, I was just guessing that you must have been in and around him in politics, but I guess you just did a crash course in research when you saw him being pushed and propelled by all these special interests? Sometimes
you can be accurate simply because you bring an objective state of mind to the fact. and are willing to let them instruct you. And that, I guess, is all I can claim in terms of any understanding.
Okay, good. Break down then who he really is and what he would like to